I never imagined hiring a male nanny would change anything in my life. But from the moment Jason walked into our home, things started to shift. My husband was the one who suggested we get help, claiming his workload was too heavy to be present. I agreed, thinking it would make things easier, but I never expected to feel this seen by someone who wasn't my spouse. Jason was everything my husband used to be. Attentive, patient, funny. He had an easy way with the kids, but it was the way he looked at me that caught me off guard. Not in a disrespectful way, but like I mattered. I tried to stay professional, keeping things light and focused on the children, but something under the surface simmered. I started to notice small things, how he lingered during conversations, how his eyes sometimes dropped lower than they should. At first, I told myself I was imagining it, but there was something undeniable there. One afternoon, I was in the garage, working out and letting off steam after another fight with my husband. I was sweaty, distracted, wearing too little. Jason walked in unexpectedly. He froze. Our eyes locked. Neither of us moved. Something irreversible started in that moment. He apologized quickly and turned away, but the look in his eyes stayed with me. It wasn't just surprise, it was desire. That night, I couldn't sleep. My mind kept replaying that split second, how my body reacted, how his gaze lingered just a little too long. I told myself it was harmless, that nothing happened, but deep down something had. The next few days, everything felt different. When Jason spoke to me, there was a slight hesitation in his tone, a gentleness I hadn't noticed before. He made small compliments, my hair, the way I laughed, how well I managed the kids. Each one landed harder than it should have. I started wearing clothes that made me feel seen again, not because I wanted anything to happen, but because I missed feeling wanted. My husband remained oblivious, buried in emails and late meetings. On the night of our anniversary, he texted to cancel dinner, said he forgot there was a conference. I sat in the kitchen alone trying to hold back tears. Jason walked in, saw me and didn't ask anything. He just hugged me. It was warm, strong and safe. I should have pulled away. I didn't. That embrace said everything we hadn't dared to speak. The house was quiet, the kind of silence that makes you aware of your own breathing. My husband was away again, and the kids were with my sister for the weekend. I wasn't expecting anything, just trying to stay busy. Jason came in, asked if I was okay. I told him I was tired of pretending, tired of being invisible in my own home. He looked at me differently, less guarded, more open. He sat close, said I didn't deserve to feel like that. His hand brushed mine and I didn't pull away. Our eyes met, and in that moment words felt pointless. The kiss was soft at first, hesitant, like we both needed permission. But it deepened quickly, years of emotional neglect boiling into one desperate moment. I didn't feel guilty, I felt alive, touched, wanted. His hands moved carefully, respectfully, yet full of urgency. We didn't speak, didn't overthink. Just happened, as natural as breathing. When it was over, we didn't rush to cover anything up. He looked at me like he understood everything I couldn't say. He whispered, "I didn't mean for this to happen." I said, "Neither did I." But neither of us looked away. Something between us had finally broken loose. The next morning felt strange, not with regret but with weight. Jason avoided lingering, and I didn't try to stop him. We both knew something had shifted. He was quieter around me, more distant, like he was trying to undo what had already been done. I caught myself watching him, waiting for signs he felt what I did, but he kept it buried. My husband returned, acting unusually warm, bringing gifts, complimenting me like he hadn't in years. It felt forced. That night I heard him whispering on a call. I stayed still, listening. "She has no idea," he said, then laughed quietly. Something in me snapped. I checked his messages. Photos, voice notes, sweet words. He was seeing someone else. Suddenly, the guilt I carried turned into clarity. I wasn't the first to cross a line. I had simply stopped being the only one hurting. I didn't confront him. I let him play the role. Jason told me he'd found another job. Said staying would only make things worse. I nodded, understanding. When he left, we didn't say much. Just a final silent glance. We both knew the truth. The garage, the kiss, the moment, it wasn't just an affair. It was the end of pretending,